Hey guys, good morning. Sorry I'm late. I was having problems with my internet. It's very, very slow today. I see why now. Okay. Seems like my router or my node is not connected, but I just reconnected it. Good morning, everybody, and we have made just a small trade on MNQ this morning. Levels are still valid since yesterday. What we're waiting for right now is a retracement on MNQ in the markets. Overall, everything is still trading sideways. Look, since yesterday, still trading sideways. We had our pendant yesterday, they played out pretty well. So remember what I said, there's a declining resistance, a rising support. This gives us a short squeeze or a long squeeze, right? We had made the plan that we were not going to trade anything inside of the pendant. If it came outside of the pendant on the low side, we were going to have a resistance breakdown, or I'm sorry, a support breakdown. Now, if we had anything inside of the markets that were going to go over the resistance, then it was a very, very simple process. We just go long inside of the markets. We look for confluence every single day. The confidence was shorts, shorts. We also struck a entry level on Pippin as well. Remember, I said that I would be entering if it got into the 75 area. Now it's trading very volatilely, or having a lot of volatility inside of this trading at the present moment. So I'm going to hold this through and through. I'm waiting for this to kind of crack that 73. I'm going to take a short-term profit at 62 cents. Last night it got all the way down to 65 cents, and this was at 3 in the morning. I woke up at like 4 in the morning, but I didn't check my computer. Sometimes it happens. So, or if I do, it's stuck on another page. I can't really see it. So I should have went into my computer. Maybe I could have taken a little bit of profit, set my stop loss. We're going to hold this one through and through because it follows our trading plan on the shorts exactly how we need it. This is a really good trade, so I would grade this an A+ setup right now. This is on my meme reversal strategy. 1 minute so I can post this. Okay. So remember, we're holding this one through and through. I did not set a stop loss for two reasons last night because I could have gotten wicked out really bad here. This is something that I was going to buy here. I knew that it could have some volatility. It could even perhaps go up a little bit more, but ultimately this is a hard resistance right now for Pippin. So I'm gonna hold it, watch it throughout the day. I'm gonna be in my office for majority of the day. Back to M&Q here. This is an important trade that we could be aligning right now. The markets are pretty bearish right now overall. Remember, I'm from a top-down analysis, right? We are bearish in the markets. We know this because we are making lower highs and we are slowly chopping into a P3 consolidation. The markets are holding for dear life at this moment because ultimately the administration doesn't want to let it slip, right? They don't want to be the administration that lets it slip, but here's the piece of information most people don't understand about the markets. Politics does not really have anything to do, although it has impacts, it doesn't have anything to do with how market money flows. Now, the way that market money flows is people are buying and selling at the same time. Are there more buyers than buyers than sellers? Are there more sellers than buyers? That's the question that you have to ask yourself every single morning. That's a very simple question as well, because when there are more sellers, then the price action is going to reflect bearish. I'm sure you've heard that term before, right? The bulls and the bears. Now at the moment, what's price action doing? What is it telling us right now? It's chopping. Although we are on a slow incline, a slow decline, that kind of price action every single day makes it very difficult for the newcomers to start trading. So what we use in the market to become very successful is we use this trading platform called TradingView. Now you can usually buy this product on Black Friday for 50, 60, 70% off sometimes, and then buy the full year and keep buying the year, because that's going to basically get you this software for the cheapest amount possible. Until then, you're going to have to wait until November, so you might as well just do the month to month if it makes sense for you to buy the year and then just double down on your years. That's what I do every single year. Now, what the markets are telling us on confluence wise, it's very simple. Apple's coming up, Amazon is chopping, AVGO is going down, Google is going down, Meta is going down, Microsoft is chopping, right? Since this morning, that's basically the price action that we have. Chop, chop, going up. So we have 2 that are going up, 4 that are chopping sideways, and then I think 2 that are going down. 6, 7, yeah, 8. So if that's the markets that you guys want to trade, then I would say it's more gambling than it is going to be technical analysis or reading the room of what the charts are trying to give you. Overall, MNQ is on a slow uptrend, but the uptrend is not great when it comes to price action, because look at that. We have 2 very large wicks that could have wicked us out. We're now back inside of what the triangle would have been. So if we trade level to level here, we want to respect the VWAP on the 1 minute. We'll make that into the 2 minute minimum, right? And you see it bounced off of the VWAP perfectly. On the 5 minute, we're above the 9, the 20, and the 50 EMA and the VWAP. So this would indicate micro bullish. Just for today, if we were not to take the confluence, right, which is not how I trade specifically. I wait for very, very good entries in the market, and that's it. It's very simple. We do not want to take for granted what the markets are trying to show us. So this could wick very, very unreasonably and take you out on a couple of trades. I know it did yesterday for me. Right? Remember, I took a trade with you guys. I got stopped out almost immediately, even though I was trading the right trend. I said that I'm favoring bearish and short positions for this day because I saw the markets in a P3 consolidation. There are some people who go and they trade against trend, but there's a phrase that they forget. And that phrase you should carry with you, right on a sticky note, and put it on your computer. Trend is your friend until it bends, right? So trend is my friend here. If trend is showing sideways price action, I'm not going to go and trade it when the overall trend is bearish, right? Because the precedence takes on the highest time frame possible. So if you have a high time frame with a bearish sentiment, then you have to follow the higher time frame sentiment. All of the rest of the time frames, no matter what, get thrown out, even if you feel a certain type of way. Remember, we trade what we see. We do not trade what we feel. Feelings here are going to get you fucked up. That's why the Jedi, I'm saying this, it's so corny, but the Jedi say, mind your feelings. You may feel a certain way about a price action, but the truth is that feelings are only going to get you in a bad place. Because then emotion takes over. Emotion, when you have a connection to something that you feel a loss, then your ego will say, no, it will come back, I'm right, and then you lose more money. So it's better to take a paper cut loss, walk away, than to sit here and try to guess the market and be right. Now, what we're waiting for today, because I want to try to make a trade with you guys, and that's important to me, that you guys make money at the end of the day, right? Because that's the point of these videos, these lives, is to give you education as well as making money, right? Who wants to wake up every single day and trade their time for no money? That's not how we do things around here. So What we're waiting for right now is to see what's going on with price action. The 5-minute indicates we could remain bullish. The 15-minute doesn't look too sexy to me. Since 9:30 this morning, we had a sharp correctional sell-off met with a green volume buyback, right? Now chopping at the higher end of this level, and there's 3 rules that I teach you in the market, right? The first rule that I'm going to teach you is do not trade in between levels. It does not make sense. You can take this, but you can grade it at a higher risk play, right? Now, a lot of people don't trade with levels, right? They don't believe that they exist. Well, I'm here to tell you that they do exist. This is why sometimes we make them new every single morning. If I was to go and make some new levels, because I love you guys, I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you like I do every single morning, right? If I was to make some new levels here, I go to the daily time frame as much as the monthly time frame. Monthly doesn't have anything. Weekly, let's see if it has something special to give us. And I'm looking for some special levels, right? These special levels are where price action stops consistently because of a top of the wick touch, right? Oops, somebody changed my colors here. There we go. A top of the wick touch, a bottom of the wick touch, a top of the body, a bottom of the body touch. So as you see here, 1, 2, 3, that's a strong level. It's a little bit far off from our value at trading price right now. Another level would be right here, 1, 2, 3, right? You can understand that. That's very simple. Anybody can do that. It's not complicated, right? Easy, great. So now we bump down to the daily time frame. There's some more data here. Great. We're looking for previous clumps of data to give us better levels. So I can see one right here. Perfect. I do Alt-H. That's also a command shortcut for you guys, so you don't have to pick it out every time, right? Boom. Now we have 4 levels. How crazy is that? In literally less than 5 minutes, I know exactly where price is trading. I know that right now I have 4 levels above, but I need some levels below. So I'm going to go back to my levels, right? On the daily time frame, I'm going to look for some more. This is a nice level right here, right? Alt-H that. Make the correction as well. Boom. Top of the body, bottom of the body, bottom of the body. Close enough to top of the body over there. I will double check that level in a minute. No more levels. Okay, bumping down to the 4 hour. There's a level right here, right? Another tool is you can use a magnet, right? So if you're making a level, right, you can go ahead and use that tool. You have to click it for this one. And you see how it drags you to the wick? Boom. That's another level. You can have the choice of a strong magnet or a weak magnet. You can attach it to indicators. Boom. Now that we have our levels, we go back down to the 15-minute. I want to check my levels to see overall how does it fare up in regards to price action. I changed from my candles to my Heikinashi candles because that gives me a more detailed outlook and overview of the level. And you can see now we're changing our story a little bit. New levels every single day only give us more or better confidence inside of trading to be stronger traders overall. Right? You can see now we're no longer in between a level. That's good. So now it's aligning to our trading strategy. Well, where is it trading in regards to the trade right now? So we can say $24,897. Well, that's a little bit above our level right now. We are trending slowly up. Okay? Micro bullish. Overall trend bearish. Keep that in mind. It's very smart, intelligent. It's very graceful to have that inside of your repertoire of thinking before getting into a trade. Is the tech stocks giving us confluence to go long? Not really. Why? We talked about it. They're all sideways. So is this bound to chop more than it is to go up? Most likely. I rate this any setup that I'm going to get in today, maybe like a C+. Same as yesterday. And I would want to see a little bit more confidence inside of the market. So this is where I go to other commodities, right? This is where a skilled trader will then go and hunt down another trade, right? You have plenty of things to trade, right? Remember, I said longs over 82 in the market, now trading at 87 on silver. On gold, we had longs at 5,067. It's now on a decline. Is it going to find it's going to find a support here somewhere? Most likely. We can even go in and do our levels on some other trades, right? To see if we can find something and lock it in, right? So here's gold, right? Same process. I like this level here, right? Okay, cool. I need more trading data, so I bumped down to the 4-hour. I like that trading data there. I also like one here. That one is good too. So now I have 3. I have one above. I need another one right above this one. I like this right here. Oh, I think the magnet is pulling it. That's correct. Okay, so now we have our trading data on gold. I kind of want something in the between all of them. Maybe here. Okay, checking my levels on the 15-minute. That looks solid, looks pretty good. Now I can see that we're declining on a micro bearish trend, right? Overall trend is bullish, right? Coming down from a huge correction on gold where it pulled back almost $1,300. Okay, so now we're trending back up. We're still in a lower high section, so this is a dangerous trade to be going and looking long, maybe long term, but we don't trade long term. We're day traders, right? Well, where's the hoe zone now? We talk about the hoe zone in previous videos. I think it would have been around here this morning, right? Now we're breaking up. So if you wanted to take this trade, you could take a small entry, 1 contract micro gold long, and that's going to be enough for a proprietary firm of 50K to make a decent amount of money today. What would we be targeting, Armand? Well, we'd be targeting the next level, right? We have all of these EMAs to break, so that you can see these throughout the entire level, that these are going to be our points of resistance. At any point, we're also late inside of this trade where we would have wanted to get the lower level of 120. So people have entered here. People have also entered here. We have to keep that in mind when entering in between a level, because people can take profit at any point. And when I say people, I mean hedge funds. They're going to take profit at any point here. So you need to be cognizant of that inside of the markets. Hedge funds will run price up. They will run price down, right? So let's go to the next one. Silver. See, this is why the internet's so slow today. All right, there we go. So that's still gold. Feel like the Joker. Oh shit, hang on. I was boiling hot water and I forgot that I was boiling it. Silly me. I could smell it. I was trying to cause a fire in my house, lol. Okay. Silver, right? We're still in potential long territories, but we want to go ahead and do our levels for the day. That's going to help us understand where we're at the moment. We're looking like we're chopping in a small sideways consolidation. Levels would be right here as a resistance. I like that. And then maybe a small support right here. That's trading inside of a range for you. We can just trade boom, 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 boom until it breaks out. Simple? Right. Okay. So I'm teaching you simple ways to not complicate it as well. I just took out all of the key components that would have made that critically difficult to understand for any trader, and I just made it into 2 lines that you can trade as a resistance to a support. How easy is that? I think it's super easy, honestly. One second here. Working on something. Now, a lot of you guys are probably asking, well, Armand, why aren't you getting into any trades? Well, we already talked about it. I've been looking for a trade this morning. I'm not trading in between levels. I am favoring right now a small bullish play, but overall the trend is sideways. I don't really know if that's going long is going to waste a lot of equity and time here, especially with it chopping boom 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 like 20-30 points in a matter of seconds. It's easy to get stopped out here, right? Perfect. Look at that price action bringing it up. I like the price action that's here a little bit more now. I am going to be patient here for an entry. As we are approach this level, I would like to see it maybe break the 24,970 level, and then maybe I would take my longs. Okay. As we approach this level here, we're staying calm in the trade. We're staying calm on our trading deck. We're not entering because the markets are we're not trying to win anything in the markets. We are simply just trying to get in at the right time, right? I have already taken a trade, by the way. I'm sorry, I took it this morning while I was waiting for ChatGPT to make my thumbnail. The markets have already moved 300 points, by the way. So this is since the start of this morning. We have moved 260 points. So we got to keep that in mind, right, when making a trade here, because we don't want to get caught in another trade that's going to ultimately let us lose money. Nothing is really giving me a clear indication to go long other than 1, 2, 3, 4 very divided markets. 4 overall trend is bearish. So it doesn't look like a very appetizing long, honestly. Okay, now we're breaking over that 970 level. That's what I wanted to see. But when we get to this 970 to the 2500 level or 25,000 level, we have a rejection normally. So let's see if the markets want to give us a push through. Okay, so we're at that 25,000 level. We're now pushing. It just doesn't look like a very attractive looking trade to me, to be honest with you. I know it's going up, but if I enter along here, it seems like a little bit more of a gamble because of what the tech stocks are doing. And I gotta follow my gut on this one. think this was yesterday's long level. Interested seeing if it pushes through or rejects. Might be a good entry here if it comes back down and tests the EMA. That's what I would want to see. That would be kind of the 24,950 level. Now that red candle's starting to come in. Remember I said it's tricky here because we're trading in a sideways consolidation. Look, very sideways. So what comes up around this level, it gets pushed up to maybe the 25,130 level, and then gets sharply rejected. If it came down and retested that 970 level though, held, I would be interested in getting long. If it breaks down underneath the 970 level, we'll just take shorts. We're almost at 11 a.m. and I usually stop trading around 11 a.m. The volume will die. Okay, look at this flat consolidation inside of the markets right now. This is what I was talking about, right? We had this consolidation now coming in the form of volume, right? As you can see on the 15-minute, volume is dying out here. Goes to a lot of volume, a little bit less volume, a less, and now half of what volume used to be this morning. As you can see, this is consistent, right? We may get another trade here in the next few hours, but volume will most likely stay put right here. If we go to the news, right? What news catalyst do we have and where is it? United States, 10 a.m. already done. It's now 11. We're in this area of news. Let me refresh real quick. Boom, boom. Perfect. Right now, the next piece of news that we have is at 1:30. A Chairman Shagel is speaking. That's it. So we already took one trade for today. I'm up 130 on the account. I took a small long this morning when it was over the VWAP and the EMAs. I'm not going to try to force another trade here, but what I'll do is I'll set myself up for success. I'm going to make a alert at this line here, crossing. I want to make sure I'm alerted at that line. If anything, I'm not going to trade inside of these two levels right now. I will set another alert higher up to see if it comes back up to this level. Then I will evaluate the position. And that will be my long or my short at this point. I'm not going to trade anything else until then. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for joining me today. Remember, we show up every single day. Today was a little late because I was making a new thumbnail and ChatGPT decided that it just wants to be a little bit of an a-hole. But overall, we are going to be doing this every single day. Talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your